Hey guys, it's MJ, and I hope everyone had a great weekend. This is a general reading for the collective for Monday, March 30th, and I'm using the Crow Tarot, the Wise Dog, and the Grimalkin Tarot. And I'm doing the split screen thing again. I think it worked out nicely. There's some, little bumps to iron out, but overall, I'm really happy with how it came out. So I hope everyone is easing into this new reality. I mean, it's kind of hard when you think about it, right? When you think about, like, what was it, a month ago? Things were just kind of normal. We're kind of just going about our lives, not even expecting. Maybe some of you who are clairvoyant expected this. Maybe some of you who are on top of the news coming out of China kind of predicted what was happening. But anyway, I think for the most of us, this kind of hit us like, as a big shock that our lives could be so topsy-turvied, in just a matter of days, really. At least here in Seattle. My daughter went to school on a Wednesday morning. Everything was normal. They have early release on Wednesdays, so the school gets out at 1. At 12:30, the article started going around everybody in the neighborhood that schools were going to be closed for 2 weeks. At that time, it was just 2 weeks. The teachers didn't even know. The teachers found out 10 minutes before the bell rang that they weren't going to see their kids again for 2 weeks. And at that time, like I said, it was 2 weeks, but now it's April 27th, and it may be actually extended. So, I mean, they had no notice. It wasn't like they could pack their backpacks full of stuff, to get them through. So anyway, let's see what energy the crows bring to our situation this morning, and then we'll see what the dogs bring and the cats bring. So let's get started. Got a flyer there. Alrighty. So, kind of getting into the groove here. My energy. All right. And the crows bring to our awareness the Page of Wands. And this is a lovely, lovely card. This is, this, is really about getting out there, feeling creative, getting those creative vibes moving through you so that you can articulate your plan, so you can get out there and feel excited about something. So this may be, in this time of social distancing, of quarantining, you're finding something that you're really passionate about. Maybe you're discovering a love for cooking, something that you might not have done before, but now we're all sort of forced to get creative with our meals since we're not going out so much. Maybe this is an art project that you just haven't had time to focus on because you've been working, going into the office, but now you have that extra time. You don't have that commute time anymore, so you can focus your energy on something that's exciting to you. So here we have this like very fiery, vibrant, you can see here, with this crow, the sky is clear, the day is long, there's like this bright sun in the sky. There's a lot of heat in this picture. There's a lot of creativity down here with the ground, all the detail here. But really, it's the sky, and the sky is clear, meaning you're going to get a very clear picture for what you need to do. And on top of that, you're going to be just really chatty about it. You might find yourself talking with your friends on social media, getting really pumped up. So feed into that energy of being pumped up, because it's going to help you get more creative. It's going to help you find solutions over obstacles. It's like when you're really excited about something, problems don't seem so important, right? They become almost like part of the game. Whereas if you're not excited about something and you have an obstacle, it's like, oh, Jesus, I got to deal with this now. this is going to be a time of, yeah, bring on those obstacles, because I've got a clear vision for what I want to see. I have a clear vision for what I want to achieve, and I'm going to just go for it. So for those of you who are discovering new passions right now, who are, their lives have become upended in some way, but out of that sense of upendedness, good things are coming. So there is a silver lining in all of this. I know somewhere. It may not be easy to see, especially when we're in the thick of it. I know when, when you're in a really tough situation and people say, oh, it's going to get better. And you're like, you just want to say F you, it's like, it's tough. But this is a time to focus on that creative sense that you have inside, that part of you that solves problems, that doesn't focus on what's necessarily happening at this moment, but you're looking with an eye to the future. You know what I mean? So let's see what the dogs bring. This is a nice shakeup from last week with the Five of Pentacles. So now we're feeling more optimistic. Maybe we're going through all the different stages. See, oh, there I am touching my face. By the way, I touch my face like 100 times a day, at least. But maybe we're shifting out of that that time of feeling despair. Maybe because we're getting used to this normal, that we're allowing creativity to come back in. When last week we may have been focused on what we're losing and what's not there. Now it's time to sort of like figure out, well, what can we bring back, or what can we create? So let's see what the dogs bring. And look who shows up again. We have the Hermit. So I feel like this energy of the Hermit is going to be with us for quite some time. It's very interesting. So these cards, I mean, I like to think that I'm very in tune with the energy of my decks since I make them. But it is very true. This Hermit energy is very important right now, because that's when we're going to get this download. This is when we're going to feel that source energy come through. And it's in that accepting it that we get the wisdom, right? I mean, this is when we have this opportunity. And for many of us, I feel like this is an opportunity that shouldn't be squandered, I mean, as horrible as this is, there are times that we're going to have where we can focus our energy on what we want in this life. And because we're kind of forced to do that, I know this quarantining thing, by the way, is really a killer for people who are very social, who like to get out, who like to engage. For some of us, it's like I tend to be more of a recluse. I like to kind of sit back a bit and not be as social. So I heard this thing about Gen Xers being very primed for this kind of environment, because we were latchkey kids. We were the kind of kids that just went into our rooms and spent a lot of time brooding by ourselves. So this pandemic was kind of like, it's perfect for Gen Xers, whereas other generations are just like, I need to get out and be with friends. So this Hermit energy here is saying, hey, just lean into this energy right now. Lean into it. There's a lot of good that comes from going into your room, getting into isolation, getting out that notebook, getting out that journal, and maybe that sketch pad, whatever it is, however it is, that's going to help fuel that creativity here that we have with this Page of Wands. Use that. Use this time of the Hermit to your advantage right now, because, it is what it is. Complaining about it, bitching about having to social distance isn't going to change the fact that we're in this state. So here we might as well lean into the Hermit, accept it for what it is, and use the wisdom that we gain at this time to help fuel this creativity that we have going on, because something good is going to come out of this. I really believe it. I have to believe it right now. So if I don't, I will start to cry. So let's see what the cats bring. And it's like I'm looking over here and the cards are over here. So we're gonna get this all figured out. But I do like having this split screen so that I'm not just these like mysterious hands. And I feel like I'm actually having a conversation, which is kind of, you know, it's like, that is one thing we kind of do miss, right? These conversations that we have. I'm just gonna imagine that I'm gonna hear a yes there. So. You're getting a little glimpse into my office space as well, the messy office space that I have right now. I should be cleaning. All right, cats, what do you bring? Another one, another creative burst of energy we have here. So this Knight of Wands, you know, with the Knights, they kind of go two ways. You can either be really just like passionate and enthusiastic and such a go-getter, and you're letting your creativity just sort of burst out of you, right? Or you're becoming kind of an arrogant jerk. So this is how this Knight of Wands energy is coming to you. It's saying, hey, pull the best stuff out of me. Pull the best stuff out of the Knight of Wands. Recognize, and the Hermit will help you do that. The Hermit will kind of keep you in check here with this Knight of Wands. But the cats are bringing that, hey, it's time to kind of, you know, get moving on this plan, get going. It's time to get passionate. Yes, you have all this creative energy here. Yes, you're really enthusiastic. Let's take it up a notch, right? Let's take it to the next level. I mean, you were at like, you know, a 5. It's time to take it to a 15 here. So it's time to get going. It's time to get really moving. And yes, it's so hard because look, you have these two, like, it's like an engine revving, right? You're like, right? And then you have this Hermit saying, like, with the foot on the brake, saying, whoa, 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 you need to dial it down a little bit. You know, you need to hang tight. As soon as you get this information from the Hermit, regardless of where we are in this pandemic, as soon as you get that energy, that or the message that the Hermit is sending to you, that's when that foot is going to come up off the brake, and you're going to fly. So have your ducks in a row, know what you want to do, get your plan, get your creative ideas ready to put into action, right? It's like one thing to have an idea, it's another thing to have all of the steps, all of the things that you need to accomplish to find success. So get that creative idea going, get that download, because as soon as this information comes to you, you're going to see that there is going to be a lot of activity. There's going to be a push forward. You're going to feel like you're running with the horses, essentially, just like this cat here. You know, it's like you're going to feel that energy and you're going to go with the flow, and it's going to lead you to a great place. But the key is to know when to react, and the key here is going to come from the Hermit. So you'll know exactly, you'll get that inspiration, you'll get that plan, you'll get that strategy for success. But don't rush it. Don't be careful of how this Knight of Wands comes to you. You know, if he's trying to push you forward without getting the information that you need, yes, you have this creative idea. Yes, it's going to be brilliant. Oh my God, just, you know, it's going to be there for you. It's already in you, right? You've got to get the rest of the information. You've got to get the rest of the pieces of the puzzle, because without it, you're going to almost like you almost burn out, right? So don't burn out here. Use this Knight energy to your advantage, but you can't force it. And I feel like that's like with this Knight, it's like he's so powerful and just so like raring to go. And if he doesn't get his way, sometimes he can become kind of like a brute. He can become almost like a bully. So be careful of that. I mean, that's the only thing that I have to say with this Knight of Wands. Be careful if you find yourself pushing other people to jump on your plan before the plan is ready. You know what I mean? Get what I'm saying? So use the Hermit to your advantage right now. Use this time of solitude to go into your room or find a quiet place, get out into nature. You know, you can't catch the virus from hugging a tree, so get out and maybe connect with the Hermit in the woods, somewhere at a park, away from people, and get that information that you need so that you can articulate your plan and your ideas to their best, you know, to their highest form. And that's when you're going to find that you'll pull out the positive energy that the night brings, and you're not going to fall into that I mean, I love you, Knight of Wands, I really do, but it's like he can just be such a butt, you know? I mean, like, if you don't like his idea, the Knight of Wands is like, will put you down. The Knight of Wands will be like, well, what's wrong with you? You're not passionate about anything, right? So be careful about how you interact with the Knight. Use him to your advantage. You know, pull out the strengths, the good things about the Knight, and recognize in yourself when you're slipping into that you know, the poor behavior. You know what I mean? So anyway, much love, peace, and I will see you tomorrow. And we have an enthusiastic start for today, asking you to put the brakes on things until you get the full picture, know where you're going. It's really excited to be, you know, it's really great to be excited about a road trip, but you get into the car and you don't know which direction you're driving in. It can, you know, you can just waste a lot of gas. So hang tight, get the map, get the download, and then you'll be able to really kick it into gear. You'll be able to go at such an amazing amount of speed because you're going to have all that energy fueling you. You know, the worst thing you can do is have the foot on the brake and have this energy and wanting to go. You get frustrated. So don't get frustrated, okay? Know that your time is coming, but right now we're going to see this Hermit energy linger a little bit longer. So use it to your advantage. Much love. Okay, peace. Bye. I'm finally saying goodbye now. Goodbye.